In turn, the locality will make a loan to the developer. It is for an express purpose. The loan application requires that you outline the project and that you provide all details relevant to that project. And then there are guidelines under the HUD underwriting criteria that will govern how the money is used. And in looking at the loan, they're making sure that the project costs are reasonable, that the sources of funds are committed. Remember, when I started this project, we're being very specific, is the hotel project. Its overall cost is $18 million. We're looking at a loan of $2 million. So they want to make sure that the other $16 million are committed. That the Section 108 funds are not to be substituted for non-federal funds, that the project is financially feasible, that the return on the owner's equity is not unreasonably high, and that the funds are to be dispersed on a prorated basis. Eligibility, just in case if you're wondering if this particular project is eligible to apply for a loan under the Section 108, it is. Section 108 funded activities are subject to all CDBG regulations. Each project must be CDBG eligible and meet the national objective of the program. In this particular case, the hotel project would meet the eligible requirement under the Special Economic Development activity. And as a part of that criteria, the owner and developer of the hotel will be required to provide jobs to those that will fall in the low to moderate income bracket. In this case, the developer will be required to enter into a jobs agreement with the locality. The developer is required to create one job for every $35,000 provided in loan funds. 51% of the jobs must be made available to or held by low to moderate income persons. So in this particular case, we're looking at 58 jobs. It is important to note that while CDBG funds may be pledged, CDBG funds may not be available for use for repayment if there is a failure to comply with the rules. So if the hotel project is not developed, if the jobs are not provided, then you cannot use your CDBG money to repay the loan. That's what it's saying. In this particular case, though, we won't be using our CDBG money to pay the loan. This will be a loan repaid by the developer through a developer's agreement. And so someone may be wondering, and you may be wondering, have other localities used this program to fund projects? And so I just picked two examples. There are many, and you can also find them on HUD's website. But the Flour Mill project in Danville, Virginia was redeveloped using this loan program. This was a 17,000 square foot historic flour mill building which was converted into two unique restaurants, a banquet facility, and 3,500 square feet of Class A office space. The loan guarantee amount was $2 million. And then in Jacksonville, Florida, they created a micro-enterprise development and finance zone. What they did was borrowed 5 separate 108 loans and made those loans to businesses that are for-profit to create job opportunities in the city of Jacksonville, Florida. And the overall job creation was 1,130 new jobs in that city. So those are examples of other jurisdictions that have utilized a loan through the Section 108 program. What is the request for your consideration this evening? And so in order for staff to move forward with submitting an application for consideration for a loan, we needed council's approval. And so this evening we are requesting that you would give staff permission to move forward with processing a loan application to HUD under the Section 108 program. And so this evening we have with us Mr. Chris Harrison, who is the developer of the Cambria Hotel and Suites, and he would like the opportunity to speak with you. And then following the public hearing, Mr. Harrison, Mr. Tabor, Mr. Young, and myself are available to address your questions. Mr. Harrison, if it's okay, Mayor Myers.
Good evening, Mayor Meyer, good evening, Vice Mayor Perrin, Council, and our City Manager. Ms. Peters did an excellent job in pointing out the key points of Section 108 loan. It is a tool utilized by several municipalities across the country to fill gap financing for projects such as this one. I think it's an excellent tool for this project. Again, the city is not required to make a repayment. I will be personally signing for that, so I have a lot of sleepless nights. We will also create a considerable amount of jobs, 142 temporary jobs and 58 permanent jobs. And it's important to stress the 58 permanent jobs, because those will be jobs that the people of Petersburg can use, and it won't be for people outside the city of Petersburg, it'll be for those in the city of Petersburg. And I think that the hotel is an excellent economic development tool to help raise the tax basis for Petersburg, both the sales tax and property taxes, and will help create a gateway for the city to spur other development along East Washington and the East Wick. I thank you for your time. I thank the people of Petersburg for allowing me to come here and do this development, and I welcome questions after we hear the public response.
At this moment, I open the floor for public comments. Seeing no hands, this public hearing is closed. Mayor Myers.
Any questions from members of the council or motion? Councilman Moore?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Harrison, thank you for your comments. I think one of the keys that I heard was that you're going to personally guarantee the loan, but also low to moderate income jobs. So I think it's a great first step. I hope that the council moves forward. We'll also consider low to moderate incomes for folks living in the city. But I would also like to go ahead and make the motion that we authorize Ms. Peters to go ahead and apply, do the application for the loan up to $2 million to C.A. Harrison Associates Company.
Excuse me, I missed the public question period. I've got questions. I'm going to go ahead and ask it anyway. Did anybody look at the net worth of this company? Because of the Dun & Bradstreet report didn't rate it very highly, so something.
Public hearing is closed. Thank you. Vice Mayor?
Second.
Madam Clerk? Call the roll.
Councilmember Coleman.
Aye.
Councilmember Hart.
Aye.
Councilmember Hill.
Aye.
Councilmember Moore.
Aye.
Councilmember Wilson Smith.
Abstain.
Vice Mayor Perrin.
Aye.
Mayor Myers.
Aye.
Motion's passed. The next item, item 8, the public information period.